Edo State Governor Godwin Obaseki has faulted the move by the Central Bank of Nigeria to redesign some Naira notes in the country. The governor, who was speaking at the inauguration of People's Democratic Party Women Campaign Council in the state, said the plan is not a good decision at this time, claiming it can further cripple the nation's economy. The governor called on the federal government to focus on a monetary policy that would help manage importation dependence rather than a policy that would result to harm.
I am an economist. I can tell you categorically that this policy by the federal government, by the Central Bank of Nigeria, has no basis in economics. There is no reason to. This is purely political. When you decide to change your currency in such a roughshod manner, there's no urgency. The urgency for us is how to get food for our citizens, so that we can remove the starvation in the land.
Let's talk this through by speaking with a lawyer and economist, Oouncil Abankole, who is joining me via Zoom. Thank you so much for joining us on TVC News this hour. You know, the decision that is going to be taken, or that has been taken by the Central Bank of Nigeria, comes with a lot of risks. So I want to find out whether you think that this risk is worth taking at all, looking at the effect this is having on the Naira already, sinking itself against the dollar.
All right. For us to be able to situate the discussion within the proper context, economic principle and theory. Now, talking about looking at the issue of Naira redesignation under the premise of law, our compass is the Central Bank Act 2007. And specifically, I want us to embark on a voyage of discovery at what is contained on Section 2 of the Central Bank Act 2007. Now, Section 2A of the Central Bank Act 2007 indicates that the CBN must ensure monetary and price stability. That is Section 2A of the Central Bank Act 2007. Then we go to Section 2B of the same law, which provides that the Central Bank of Nigeria is the authority to issue legal currency for the country. Then Section 2C also go ahead to indicate that the Central Bank of Nigeria must maintain external reserve in such a way that will give Nigeria international value. Then Section 3D also said that the CBN is the financial and economic advisor of Central Bank, of Federal Government of Nigeria. Now, the question to ask ourselves now is that, do we have price instability in our economy? I think the answer is yes. Do we have issue with issuance of our legal currency? I think yes, we have issue. Don't forget the fact that the CBN also said that some criminal had made attempts at counterfeiting Naira. Now, in face of all of this, should the CBN keep mute? Should the CBN shy away from taking appropriate measure? I think they should not shy away. CBN has the duty to do something. Now, one of the major revelations from this redesignation of Naira is the fact that over 80% of our currency are outside financial institutions. Now, if that is the case, then is there any reason to complain about failure of past monetary measure embarked upon by the central bank? So I think if in the face of all of this, the CBN has a duty to the nation to actually take action. Now, I have what the governor of Edo State said. The question is that if there's anything that somebody's supposed to have done maybe a year, 2 years, 3 years ago, and it has not done, I think the best time to do that thing is now. I think we all agree that it is the duty of the CBN to do redesignation of Naira. And the only authority that the CBN need to go to is the president of the country, who in this case has given approval that Naira will be redesignated. Now, I also believe that there may be some other issues that are economic and legal, which may not have come to us. But at least looking at what has been brought to our notice, the type of sensitization we have on this issue, I believe the right time to do this redesignation of Naira is now. And I want to encourage every Nigerian, irrespective of our political affiliation, to buy into this and to see how this thing can be made to be successful. Now, everybody is complaining about inflation hitting the roof. Of course, inflation is hitting the roof. And under economic theory and principle, it means that when you talk of inflation, it means that we have more money in circulation, chasing few goods. So one of the approach that the CBN can use is to mop up the money. And that this is what is ongoing now. We are equally aware about the activities of criminals, bandits, abducting people, kidnapping people, collecting huge ransom. I think if in the wisdom of the federal government and the federal government believe that what we are having regarding our currency now has economic and security implications, right, I believe that it is the right time for CBN to do this.
Right. I wish we could engage you further on this, but because of our time, we just have to end it here. Lawyer and economist Oouncil, thank you so much for that insight.